Good morning, good afternoon, gamers and geeks of all kinds. I am Shillin. I am joined with
Mike Bundy.
And we are Geek Tavern Radio. It is amazing to have you here with us. Thank you so much for hitting the download button. I'm glad that you're still with us after half the universe is gone. Thanks to Thanos snapping his fingers, the half of you that are still here are just awesome.
You know what's awesome is Thanos didn't take anybody from the Rock on the Range bands.
There you go. There you go. Mike Bundy is heading out to where is it at? Ohio?
It's Columbus, Ohio. Rock on the Range.
Yep.
If any of you are there, you won't know because this won't. Well, I guess it'll be out. Never mind. Yeah. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like a great time. You know, Thanos is
He's a big Tool fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, that makes sense. I'm curious what his favorite Tool song is.
Prison Sex.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, we're just going to jump right into it. So, one of the cool things that happened thanks to Marvel Infinity War is that one of the most popular games in the world right now, Fortnite, they did their little crossover with Thanos as a character. Did you jump into that at all, Mike Bundy?
Not at all.
Neither did I.
I downloaded this game once, and I played one match. I walked about 5 feet, and I died, and then I realized that you can't come back alive. Like, you're alive once.
Yeah,
and once
don't
you
respawn.
die,
Yep,
you're
it's
just dead.
It's a battle royale.
So I hit the Xbox home button, I pressed that start button, and I went to delete.
Well, I think it's a super cool experience that Thanos, they did this little crossover. It's good promotion for the movie.
Oh, yeah, no.
But I heard, and this is the story, is that he got nerfed after the first day that he was in the game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they cut his power by like nearly 50%.
Well, he is powerful. And
Right. He had the Infinity Stones in it. Which is, it's kind of funny, realistically, right? Like, he was the most powerful being in the universe. They added him into the game, and he was unbeatable.
Yeah,
He broke the whole game. So good times. We just wanted to start with that story just to throw out. To last week we did our full spoilers Avengers review. We had a lengthy discussion about Avengers Infinity War. If you still haven't seen the movie, well, I guess we kind of spoiled some things for you there at the beginning. But
I would assume that if you didn't see the movie, you didn't listen to last week's episode.
Yeah.
And therefore, go see the movie.
Yeah, really. Seriously. Just because that little nugget doesn't ruin the whole film for you. So, jumping right into some more news. This is not one of my favorite games, but I know that you like it a little bit, Mike.
I would say I like it a lot.
Yeah, right. It's one of your favorite franchises.
Yeah.
So, there was a leak for Nintendo Switch that's probably going to be announced at E3. That's my guess. We're closing in. We're within the next 2 weeks, I think E3 is. And it's likely going to be revealed for Xbox One and PS4 as well. But they announced the Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition. And it's definitely coming to Nintendo Switch. That's what it leaked for.
Yeah. I have this. I have number 3 and New Vegas both installed on my Xbox One because they're backwards compatible.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in that mindset of it, like, do they really need to come for Xbox One and PS4? I don't think.
they're gonna be updated graphics.
Well, I mean, if that is the case,
Yeah, they'll be the full scope of probably what the PC graphics could do at maximum capabilities. Just like Skyrim,
right?
Skyrim HD. All it was the full scope of the PC graphics when it released back in the day, with some minor touch-ups.
Yeah,
You know, there was a little bit of stuff added to it just to make it look more visually appealing. But my guess is this is going to be the same situation with Fallout 3, and it'll probably sell like hotcakes.
Oh yeah. You have your Fallout 3 fans and your Fallout New Vegas fans, and it goes back and forth. Which one's better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my brother likes New Vegas much more than 3.
My brother likes 3 much more than New Vegas.
Yeah. I think I have more fun playing 3 because you get to blow up and nuke a whole city.
Oh, jeez.
Like, and that's like one of the first things you do if you go over to this one place. The one dude's like, "Hey, go blow up Megaton."
Oh wow. Wow.
So you kind of become a heel if you do that, but
Right. Well, yeah, nuking a whole city is probably a bad thing to do.
Or you can kill that guy and be like, "Hey, Megaton, like I'm your savior," basically.
Oh, neato.
So yeah, it's a big decision, pretty early in the game, but
yeah,
I just like doing that.
I think that this will probably do best on Switch.
Well, yeah, if it comes, like I'm gonna buy it on Switch.
It's already confirmed. Like the leak is real.
Okay, even if it comes as like a freshen up version or an HD version on Xbox One and PS4, I'll probably buy it on Switch for the portability and handheld mode. Like I'll play that while I'm while wrestling's on or something.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's going to do best on the Switch because of handheld mode.
Yep.
Skyrim did amazing on the Nintendo Switch, which goes to show in the fact that they're doing more of these ports of classic games.
Yep.
And they're releasing newer games. My guess is that Fallout, and this is just a shot in the dark, but I think that Fallout 4 is going to come to the Nintendo Switch as well. It would be one of those scenarios where they could announce it together.
That's a hard one to say because, that is a current generation game.
Yeah.
And I'm not questioning what the Switch can do, but I think that would be pushing it.
Yeah?
Like the system.
Okay.
It's not... I don't know. I think it would be... If they can do it, great. I mean, they did Doom.
And Doom looked great on that system. I mean, I know that it was locked at 30 frames per second, which kind of brings down the quickness action of the game, but it didn't degrade the game by any means.
But Fallout 4, it's not as fast as Doom.
Exactly.
Like, the gameplay. So.
Exactly. So the cartridges for the Switch, and it depends on what SD card you get, but those can be solid states, so they could load a little quicker.
Yeah.
And they could only load smaller chunks of the map or something. They could figure out a way to do it. But that's hypothetical. You know, that's just a situation that...
I mean, I'd like to see a day that comes, because I would, again, buy it again.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blame these companies for doing... you can call them cash grabs, but,
But here's the thing about these HD remakes and things, right? I'm okay with them, because they don't take as much resources to produce. All right? Because they already have the game created. They already have the code written. Sure, they could probably put a 5 or 10 person team on porting something to HD, because it's already there.
Yeah.
Right? So they can put out this HD remaster and then put more... because of selling it, they could put more money to the next project.
Yeah, and, I mean, there wouldn't even be much... It would literally just be porting. Like, they don't have to do upgrades to the graphics of 4.
Right. Yeah, it's like, Nintendo just had Tropical Freeze ported over to the Switch. And they probably didn't have to do a whole lot with that. They added the Funky Kong mode, which is apparently just easy mode.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, let's touch on that game a little bit real quick, because none of us got it.
Yeah.
So, like, from what I understand, some people that we know, Corey, who's been on the episode before, has got it. He's been playing it on streams. Yeah, that's how I found out, was he was picking the mode, and it literally says, like, that it's in easy mode. So Funky Kong's on a surfboard.
Yes.
For, I guess, the whole duration. I don't know. But, there's spikes that throughout the levels and stuff.
Right, and you can't fall on them or you die. Yep.
I mean, yeah. And with the surfboard, like, you can just stand on them.
Oh.
Yeah, like, they don't hurt you. So, like, it's just... It's an easy mode. I kind of wish it wasn't, because, then it'd just be a cooler character you could play as. But, I mean, I played a little bit of that game. It's nothing I need to pick up. And you played it on Wii U.
I had it for the Wii U, and I loved it. I really did love playing that game. But it's one of the ones that, at this point in the game, I didn't want to pick up.
And it's full retail.
Yeah, it's full retail. It's $60. And that's what kept me away, right? If it would have been $30 or $40, I may have considered it.
Right.
But it's full retail. And that really brings up, like, is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker going to be full retail?
at least that has new levels.
Yeah, that has new content based on Super Mario Odyssey.
I mean,
So
I
you're
don't know if
probably
that
looking
really validates what the price is
Right.
going to be, but at least it has more stuff than just a character mode.
I'm picking that game up, right? That's one of my favorite games from the Wii U era, and I no longer
Does the
have my
Switch?
Wii U.
Here's the question: does the Switch have the capability of doing the where you blow on the screen?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
So that's a question on how they're going to fix that problem, because there were some puzzles in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker where you had to blow on the screen to reveal some I don't know, some invisible blocks or something.
That and the platforms that raise with the
That's right.
yeah.
So my guess is maybe that they'll do the platforms that raise, they'll just be automatic. They'll just time base them to
Okay,
go up
maybe
and down
that-
on a timer.
I was thinking maybe you would shake the Joy-Cons or something.
Oh, maybe that too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not a
I
bad
don't know.
idea.
That's all
I don't know.
speculation.
Yeah, and that game comes out next month, I
Is
believe.
it that quickly?
I think so. Not 100% positive. It's June or July. But I'm really excited for it. I'm definitely going to pick that one up. My wife would probably really love to play that one.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be overly difficult. So I'm definitely getting Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. But the ports, some of these ports making some extra money, they can throw some stuff at bigger projects.
Yeah, and
You know?
I don't hold it against Nintendo for doing the Wii U ports because, none of those games, they might have sold well in the mindset of how many Wii U's were sold,
Right.
but the Wii U didn't sell a ton anyway.
Right. So get those games into the hands of players who didn't play them before.
Yeah,
And Tropical Freeze is a great game.
Yeah,
right?
that's the thing.
We're
I was
not,
telling-
if you haven't played it, play it.
yeah. I was telling a guy I work with, he has a Switch, and he was talking about. Well, he just discovered Celeste, and I'm like, buy that right now.
Oh, yes. And that's cross-platform. If you're listening as an Xbox owner
Yeah.
or a PS4 owner, you can buy that on those consoles as well. Celeste is an incredible precision platformer.
Yeah. So I was trying to sell him on that, and then I also was trying to sell him on Donkey Kong because he hadn't played it on the Wii U.
Right.
And so yeah, like if you haven't played Donkey Kong on Tropical Freeze on the Wii U, then it is a great buy on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you played it. I mean, I didn't play it full on through, so I guess I could justify buying it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, that's one of those things too, man. Is that I did play it all the way through it, and I just didn't. I decided it was not worthy of a purchase for me.
Yeah, I mean it's a great game, if you haven't played it. So
Yeah. One thing for sure that I'm really excited for is stuff that's coming down the pipeline for Nintendo, and if anyone knows me at all, they know that I am a huge Pokemon fan.
yeah.
Right? So like this news, this little bit of news, man, has got me super excited.
See, I'm super excited, but also kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some nuggets to it. So for those of you who don't know, it's been leaked that Nintendo is going to put out 2 versions of Pokemon for the Nintendo Switch that are Kanto remasters or reimaginings, I
Right.
suppose.
Yeah.
They are called Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So, I'm not sure, but it seems like you're going to be locked in as your starters when you buy that version. And it's confirmed. Well, it's rumored that Red and Blue are going to be in the games in maybe a gym leader or a professor role, and that's who you're going to get your first Pokemon from. It's going to have some type of Pokemon Go compatibility. That's one of the rumors, which I guess makes sense with the title if it's Let's Go.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just I'm just skeptical. I am excited because it's a Pokemon game, and it's going to be Kanto remasters, which means it's going to be a huge region to explore. There's going to be some nostalgia in it. I'm sure that it's going to take place later than the red, blue, and yellow time frame.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe there'll be some some environmental differences, something to that extent.
Hopefully that old man is gone and passed and not blocking the road.
Yes. Yes. Maybe we'll find Mew under the truck.
Or at least maybe he's in a nursing home. I guess I don't hope that he's dead.
That would be mean. So, Kanto reimagines. It's one of those things that's like, do we need Kanto? I would say at this point, no.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, of course.
Of
course.
I just love Kanto.
Right.
At least I'll know my way around.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. But I hope for Pokemon Bank compatibility so that I can bring my stuff forward. Obviously not as soon as the game releases.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable with them taking their time and releasing it, because I'm sure that they could do it today. I'm sure they're working on it now.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm okay with like a gated time period so that not everybody has like full access to their super awesome Pokemon for breeding and
once bank
play.
Compatibility comes, I can get rid of my 3DS.
I'm not going to. You can play nearly every single Pokemon game on that game. The only ones that you can't play are the Game Boy Advanced games on that system.
That's true.
Yeah, those are the only ones that you cannot play on that system.
It was kind of a joke. I don't think I'll ever sell it. It ain't worth enough, really.
Yeah.
You trade it in right now, it's $45.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
So, I'm really excited to see what's coming. Pokemon Go compatibility seems interesting to me.
So what you're telling me is this Saturday, while I'm at Rock on the Range, to catch my shiny Charmander.
Oh yes. That is another side note, since we're talking about Pokemon, that May 19th is Community Day. They're going to have Charmanders. You're going to be able to catch a shiny Charmander. They're going to be pretty common. And you can evolve that sucker into a shiny Charizard. And you will have no problem, if you participate in Community Day, you will have no problem getting Charizard. Like, there are so many Charmanders. They're literally everywhere.
Yeah.
The last few Community Days have been just
I caught a Charizard
astounding.
in Walmart parking lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just straight up an actual Charizard.
So my guess is that in some way they're going to integrate like maybe in a buddy system where you can take your Pokemon and transfer it over to Pokemon Go and walk with it to maybe gain experience or level it up.
Wasn't there like a Pokewalker?
Yes, it was with Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was packaged in with those games.
It's kind of like what do you call those things? The
Tomodachi or
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so you could transfer it over. It was a pedometer, and it recognized that your steps, and you gained experience, and you could get special berries that were only linked to the Pokewalker.
There's actually they're selling those things again, the Tamagotchis or whatever.
I saw that. Yeah, you can download an app too.
I literally thought about doing that at work because I walk like 25,000-ish steps a day.
So yeah, we're way tangented, but if you have an iPhone, if you get an Apple Watch, Pokemon Go will link to it and will track your actual steps and not like your location.
Yeah.
And then it will hatch your eggs and all kinds of cool stuff for you. Yeah,
it
doesn't work on the Samsung stuff.
The last thing I need to do is spend money on an Apple Watch.
I know. I feel you.
I want to, now that you say that. But...
Right. That's been the selling point for me too, but I've transitioned back to Google. But anyway, we're so far down a different rabbit hole now. So Pokemon Go compatibility. What would actually really be neat is if they did some type of thing with the Joy-Cons where you actually like throw the Pokeball. Or they do the touchscreen just like Pokemon Go, and you throw the Pokeball that way.
Back to your thing about the Joy-Con, like if you play it in TV mode,
yeah,
and you're holding the Joy-Con separately or whatever, or even as one, like even if you just have to go like that, like flick the controller,
yeah, yeah,
kind of
like a Mario Odyssey.
That's what I was gonna say. Look, kind of like the Mario Odyssey setup,
right? Right, I think that'd be super neat. And I think that would go over with
as
people
long as you don't lose the Pokeballs,
right?
Like in Pokemon Go.
Well,
I hate
they're so affordable in the Pokemon games. Like
Yeah, I guess
it would depend on the economy. I mean, we're not looking at something that's like microtransactions. We're going to look at like a full,
Let's hope not.
a full game. No, I don't
I'm
think.
just kidding. It'll never happen.
Yeah, I don't think Nintendo will ever put microtransactions into a full game,
Especially a Pokemon game.
especially a Pokemon game. But
You want that Master Ball? $99.
yeah, right.
That's what
I wish they would put a Master Ball in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Like, I wish they would put it in just to have one, and you could transition.
Then you hit the pause.
Yeah, I wish they would put a Master Ball into Pokemon Go, because like some of these raid Pokemon are just so frustratingly uncatchable.
Yeah, and I haven't even tried it, but
Yeah. Well, I like what they did with the mystery boxes. You probably don't know about that.
I never know.
Oh, okay. So for those of you who may not know about this feature that was added into Pokemon Go, they do these boxes. They have daily tasks now, and every time you complete one, you get a stamp. When you get 7 stamps, you can open a mystery box. And as you progress through and you get your mystery box, the first month they did the mystery box, Moltres was in it. And the second month, Zapdos is in it. That's this month. And next month, my guess is that they'll put Articuno in it. And they had a 100% catch rate so that you could catch them and add them to your Pokedex. It was actually a really nice feature that they added that helps rural players a little bit more. Yeah, people who can't get a team together and do a raid. So it's super cool. And if that is one of the features that's added into the next Pokemon game, I'm super on board. Like a daily task, or like catch 10 Pokemon or something to that extent. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
So, my biggest question is how they'll do online. They've had a rough go the past couple Pokemon games with online. I think that the Festival Plaza from Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon was really neat. I liked the concept of it, but it just wasn't as feasible with some players. They really hated the idea of it. I thought X and Y was a good system. I thought Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was a great system.
I've liked all the online, I think.
Yeah?
Really. I haven't had any trouble with it, and like I love Wonder Trading.
Yeah, Wonder Trading's awesome.
I love doing that.
I just felt like there were so many button presses. So yeah, there were just so many button presses. Like, you had to go into the Festival Plaza. Then you had to connect to Wi-Fi. Then you had to save. Then you had to find the right room that you needed to go into to battle. Then you needed to choose if you wanted to do ranked or not ranked. It was just so many different options that it just felt so cumbersome.
I don't know.
I did a lot of competitions.
Okay, that
online.
Might be, yeah.
So like it was one of those things that just felt so tedious. I don't know. I hope they do something to remedy that solution. I hope battling is a little bit quicker. You can just hop right in. Like there's a quick battle button press. So that would just be easier.
Yeah, because like some kind of weird thing to use the what's that thing called that like connects both of the like two switches together? That option on Mario Kart, like if we're in the same room, we don't have to go online. We can just
right. Yeah, just a wireless play.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
like hopefully there's like a quick way to
Oh yeah.
To battle, like if you're in the same room, you don't have to go on to do the whole online thing.
Well, and they did have that on Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, right? They had the quick connect if you were in the same room as somebody.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do all the Festival Plaza stuff, which was very useful. But it didn't connect you to online to just hop in a match. I would love to just be able to press a button and hop into a match online.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that brings some more questions, like what's going to happen with Nintendo's online infrastructure in Pokemon? Because like they have the Splatoon 2 thing on the app, which was really useful. You could get special items that were only available on the Nintendo Switch app.
Yeah.
For Splatoon 2, but like, man, how cool would that be for like Pokemon stuff too? You could get it logging in. You could get a special berry, or you could get a special item that reset all your EVs.
Yeah.
Or something to that extent.
Hopefully they do something with that. I mean,
Yeah, there's so much that they need to do with this online app before it launches in September.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to say that it's a good thing, but I'm kind of becoming, now that me and my brother have been playing online games, and we've actually been using Discord to talk to each other. So, like, is the Nintendo app really that bad of a thing to use for voice chatting?
I mean,
I don't think it really is anymore.
Right, because a lot of people are transitioning to Discord to begin with.
Yeah, like it's the same. Basically, I'm doing the same thing with it. So,
right,
it's not really that bothersome to me anymore.
Right. The whole gaming industry is moving towards Discord. Xbox announced that they're going to have I think it's live Discord compatibility on their platforms. Like, I think you can download Discord and jump into rooms on Xbox One. So I would love to see Nintendo go in that direction and not force people into their mobile app, and then maybe have their mobile app as a secondary outlet for special items. You know, it'd be super cool to be able to download Discord. Of course, we're talking hypotheticals because we still don't have Netflix on the Switch a year and a half later.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, I love turning my Switch on and Hulu being on there.
Right.
I would love, like, I don't care about anything other than Hulu, Netflix, and I want YouTube. Because I think YouTube would be fun to have on the Switch.
I agree with you 100%. I would really love to be able to sit down and take my Switch somewhere and, like, say I'm in a coffee shop or something and I could watch YouTube for a half an hour or something. I think it's got to have something to do with battery life. Yeah, battery life or licensing. Like, Nintendo probably hasn't pursued the licensing, or YouTube hasn't given it up. Of course, that doesn't really seem viable to me, because Google would give everyone their licensing. Like,
Netflix is already, like, it's already being worked on. Like, it's a thing. It just hasn't come out yet.
Okay. Yeah, it just seems so odd. Maybe it's low priority to them, or maybe they're waiting until the online service, the paid online service, launches, which doesn't seem like a bad deal. I mean, it's $20 for a full year. What's the family pricing? $35 for a year for 6 accounts.
Here's the thing. And I guess we're basically going into our next topic.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of what I was trying to segue into.
Yeah. So
segues are neat.
I blew that one out of the water. So yeah, they announced the online service. I mean, we already had the month. Did we get a day?
I don't think we got an official day. Okay. We just know September.
We just know specifics, really. So the price point is 3 months. Or a month is $3.99.
$2.99.
$2.99. What was the other one? Half a year is $7.99.
Yep, and a full year is
$19.99.
Yeah, $19.99. Are you sure 6 months is $7.99? I thought it was $9.99.
I think it's $7.99.
Okay, so you just buy 2 6-month subscriptions, and it'd be cheaper than buying a year.
All right, I don't know, but the family plan is where I'm kind of interested, because if they can be on separate Switches and be part of a family plan, that means like 7 of us can chip in and pay $35.
Yep, $5 a person
for a year.
Yep, it's a really great deal, man. And I'm telling you that folks who are upset about the Virtual Console, which is the big moment here, right, is that they announced that they don't have any plans for Virtual Console moving forward. Here's the hiccup. That this is like a Netflix service, right? This is a $20 a year Netflix service that gets you online multiplayer and access to their full library. It's like if Xbox Live combined Game Pass into their services,
which they should.
Which I agree. Yeah, I agree, because Game Pass I don't think is as successful as they had hoped that it would be. But so you're going to be able to get these games like Mario 3, Dr. Mario, The Legend of Zelda. All of these are rolling out at the same time. 20 of the most classic games. We have 10 announced.
Yeah, they're just NES titles.
Yeah, they're full NES titles with online multiplayer, which is an added feature to the game. And I believe the only way you're going to get to play them is if you're an online subscriber.
Yeah. You can't, pick up your buddy who's not an online subscriber and play it.
Right. Well, no, I mean, I think that you're not going to be able to purchase the game from the online store.
No, you can't. I'm pretty sure they already said that. Like, you have to be an online member to even have access to these games. You can't just buy The Legend of Zelda for $7.99 or whatever.
Right.
And a lot of people are speculating about games such as The Legend of Zelda. Obviously, it's not a two-player game.
Right.
But I've heard speculation that basically it's going to be like me and you sitting on a couch, like we did with Super Metroid. And basically, you can swap the controls over to the other person.
Okay, I wonder if they'll have a time limit, too. Like, you could set a time limit. I would love to see them do full multiplayer with it. Well, right? I mean, go like Four Swords mode. Yep.
Honestly, that would be way more appealing to me if they did. Like, you can actually have two links.
I might actually get through the original Legend of Zelda.
I've never tried it, but
it's a challenging game for sure. I've never actually beat Ganon. It's one of my dirty gamer secrets. I love Zelda to death, but I have never completed the original Legend of Zelda. And there it is. There's the new segment, Dirty Game Secrets. But no, so that would be incredibly interesting if they did pass the remote back and forth, or if they did like a Four Swords thing. You both just start in the same location, and you can both get a sword, and then you can go in separate directions and get chunks of the Triforce together, like a co-op mode.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool.
Or even a co-op mode where you have to stay on the same screen.
Yeah.
I would even take that.
You'd have to leave together. You'd have to leave in the same direction together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Or if one person goes, like, up, it just kind of drags the other person with it.
Yeah, that'd be... I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Yeah.
On an online mode. That'd be hard to communicate with folks.
Well, then you gotta use the Nintendo Voice app.
Oh, there it is. So, these 20 titles can't just be this is the initial wave. There has to be more coming.
Well, I think they did kind of say that, like, eventually we're gonna get into Super Nintendo and probably GameCube games. Like,
I would love GameCube games. I keep forgetting that I own an original Wii. Then I could just play GameCube games on that. But
yeah, I have it literally for that reason.
Man, I would absolutely love to try the original Animal Crossing at some level. So yeah, this is super exciting. I'm genuinely interested into the positives that come from this. This service was originally supposed to launch last year. Mm-hmm. Before the end of the year. So like the folks that are really hardlined disappointed, like now all of a sudden they're paywalling Mario Kart and Splatoon. I just, I look back and I'm like, this was supposed to launch.
You got basically an extra year of online.
For free, yeah.
Yeah.
This was supposed to launch when Splatoon launched.
Yeah, the first online multiplayer game.
Yeah,
basically.
this was supposed to launch with Splatoon. So we've gotten all this time for free, and, it's not even like it's unaffordable. It's a $20 package for one person, or $35 for 6 on separate Switches.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
I think it's 7.
It's 7? Okay. So it's $5 a person for a year, right? It's absolutely crazy to be on the negative side of this. Like, folks who are paying $60 a year for Xbox Live compatibility can't even play games like Destiny without that.
Yeah.
Right? So they've got to buy a $60 game, a $200 console, and a $60 a year membership just to play a game.
Yeah, and that's the low console version.
Yeah, that's the low console version at the original Xbox One used pricing now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's
absolutely... 500 gigabytes, it's a piece of junk,
Yeah, well, you can argue that, because you could buy any external SD card or HD drive and plug it into it and use it. So it's not like you can't just expand your storage.
No, I know.
But anyway, that's besides the point. So, like, I don't get it. yes, Virtual Console went away under the banner of Virtual Console.
Well, that's what I was going to say is, they might just be abandoning that name.
Yeah, and moving into a different name.
Because that was one version of it that's lived since the Wii,
Nintendflix. It's Nintendo Netflix. It's basically what it is.
I think it's just going to have a different name. Or they're just going to be like, hey, here's part of the Nintendo Entertainment System library.
From a marketing perspective, it's brilliant for them to go the Netflix route and offer their full arcade archive. Virtual Console arcade archives. Their whole Virtual Console library behind a Netflix-like service. That's brilliant marketing. People are so on board with stuff like Spotify and Hulu and Netflix. Those things are massively successful. YouTube Red, I don't know. I don't know what their number base is.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It's $12.99.
But there are certain shows that you can't access without getting YouTube Red. Yeah. So, people are so on board with stuff like that. That Nintendo would be idiots, which is what everybody wants to call them for this reason. But from a marketing perspective, they would be dumb not to go in the direction of Netflix-like service for their Virtual Console. From a consumer side of things, my stance is that you shouldn't trade stuff in. Like, that's basically where I am. Like, stop selling your games.
Yeah, hopefully with this, hopefully it works like Xbox Game Pass.
Where you keep the game forever.
In the sense, as long as you have it downloaded and you're still a member, you can, access that game and play it forever as if you own it.
Yep.
Like, you can even keep the game and say, I don't know, I'm kind of burnt out. I'm going to cancel my subscription for now. And, come back 2 months later. Well, guess what? You still got that game.
And with cloud saves, you still have your save data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's coming that, thank God.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing about that, though, is, and some people are critical of this, that they're putting the cloud saves behind the paywall. I'm not 100% certain that anywhere else doesn't do that.
PS4 does that.
Behind the paywall.
Yeah.
To have cloud saves, you have to be a PS Plus member.
Yep.
Xbox, I don't think does. But they have the Microsoft Cloud Engine behind their platform, right? Like, Microsoft, for people who aren't tech junkies, there are three big cloud infrastructure folks. Amazon is the biggest, Google's the second, Microsoft is third. It used to be Microsoft at the top until Amazon went into the cloud game.
Yeah.
And then Google has slowly surpassed Microsoft. But the cloud infrastructure for storage is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper because more and more folks are jumping into cloud storage. Well, Microsoft has their whole cloud storage platform behind it with OneDrive. So, of course, they can offer it to folks for free when they buy their hardware. They own the cloud storage.
Right.
See, that's what people aren't taking into account. I'm sure that Nintendo is going to use they're going to pay a service to use the cloud storage. So I think Nintendo is going to end up paying like Google or Amazon or Microsoft to use their cloud platform and then put our saves on it. So obviously that's going to transition to the consumer, right? If something is costing the company money, it's going to transition to the consumer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
That's how life works.
Yeah, that's how life works. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. So yeah, I'm not bummed out. I wish they would give us a way to back them up on like a PC.
Yeah,
that would be ideal. And maybe that'll come down the pipeline. But who knows?
Yeah.
Like
at least we're getting them somehow,
Yeah. So that's super exciting. I'm gonna pick this up day one. My wife and I will probably do the family package.
If it works the way we think it does, I figured we would all just do one.
Yeah, I mean that's a great idea.
Because right there's 4 people. Bud could jump on if it works like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once he comes back from the Soul Stone.
Yeah, he's locked into the Infinity Stone right now because he's dissipated into nothingness. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Too soon.
They came out and said what Groot said to Rocket as he dissipated.
Oh yeah, I am Groot.
Yeah, he said, "Dad,"
Oh,
because he raised him.
yeah.
So it's actually more heartfelt than
Oh
Peter Parker.
jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
anyway,
So there are alternatives to this Netflix service that are out there. Nintendo has announced that the NES Classic is returning, coming on June 29th for a second run.
I don't know if it's really needed for me.
So that's an exciting little piece of information. Folks who didn't have their hands on one of these NES Classics who would like to get one, Nintendo has said, and this is almost verbatim from their Twitter, that they will be available to all consumers all the way through Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, that's almost verbatim from their Twitter. So they might have a larger production line given the scalping nature of the last run of these things.
I don't know. I kind of want to have one just to have it, but
It's a collector's item.
yeah.
It's my SNES Classic is sitting on my shelf unused in its box. I kept the box and when I moved, I packed it back into the box.
Yeah.
But it's just sitting on my shelf unused. So
I'm thinking I'm gonna take it with me, but I don't know if I am.
to Rock on the Range.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of those things. I'm not particularly interested in buying a NES Classic, nor am I really interested in selling it.
Yeah. No.
I'm not interested in selling my SNES.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna toss this to the wayside. But that's a pretty good segue into what are you buying, what are you selling?
For me, as far as buying, I'm technically buying my ticket as soon as I see Bo because I owe him money for it.
Oh, he bought your ticket and you just got to give it to him. That's what you're buying into.
Yeah, I'm buying that.
Seeing some of your favorite bands.
I will die if I get to see Corey Taylor in person.
Yeah,
Like
you're gonna fangirl hard.
like face to face.
Yeah, you're gonna fangirl hard.
I'll be like, hey, you want to watch some wrestling?
Yeah.
But
So what are you selling?
well, I ain't done buying.
Oh, okay. So what are you buying? What else are you buying?
It's not so much that I'm actually buying it. I got back into Wolfenstein 2
Okay.
earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I just fell off of it pretty quickly after it came out. Something else came out and I got sidetracked. It came out the same day as Mario, so that's why. But yeah, so I enjoy killing some Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as selling, I mean, I haven't really bought anything to sell.
Haven't been disappointed in anything.
No.
That's good. As for me, I've bought into technology-based stuff a little bit, right? Like I'm really looking at Chromebooks. I would really like to have one that's relatively touchscreen. So I'm looking at like Samsung Pro stuff. I'm buying into that technology a little bit. I really like having a quick portable laptop that can run Android apps. Like that's important.
Yeah.
I really like the interaction between them, video game wise. I haven't picked anything up lately. I re-picked up Crystal. I bought it on the honeymoon. I think I mentioned it before.
Yeah.
I took a break from it for a little while, and I'm finally playing through it a bit more. So I'm buying into that Pokemon game.
I gotta finish Sun and Moon Ultra.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you do the Nick Rosema fight? Did you get that far?
No, like
Dude, that was such a good fight.
I'm so I want to say I have maybe 3 badges.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like I barely played it.
Wow. Yeah. So selling wise, I am thinking that I'm going to sell some of my Magic cards to get a Chromebook. I haven't committed to it yet. I haven't played Magic in a while. Dax would be incredibly disappointed in me. Maybe he'd be the one that would buy them.
Yeah.
But I want to sell some of my Magic cards. Thinking that I want to get a Chromebook, as I mentioned earlier. but I haven't committed to that 100% yet. Because if I could find a play group that was reliable, I would love to pick up and play some Magic. But for the time being, and it's probably been a year since I've played Magic, that's in my selling category, maybe on the chopping block.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I got out of it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I played MTG Arena. I'm still in the beta for that. I'm enjoying it.
I would play that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. I really love it. I hope they go the route that Pokemon cards do, and they give you a pack when you buy a physical pack.
Yeah.
So, because that'll just help the online economy a little bit more.
I'll buy the physical pack and then sell it.
Yeah, there you go. Sell the physical pack. So, yeah, that's basically where we are. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of Geek Tavern Radio. It means a lot that you hit the download button and stuck with us and continued to help us on our journey to hit 500 downloads. And when we get to 500 downloads, we have an awesome giveaway planned for you guys. So you definitely want to stay engaged with us. Talk to us through our Discord. The link will be available in the show notes for you to hop in. It's a permanent link. You can just jump right in. You don't need approval or anything. And it's also available on our Twitter account, which you can follow us at Geek Tavern on Twitter. All the guys are connected to that. We can talk to them. Mike Bundy, where can they find you individually?
They can find me on Twitter at MikeBundy316 and on Instagram at MikeBundy316. And you can also always find this show on my YouTube at Mike Space Bundy on YouTube.
Awesome. And they can follow me on Twitter at shill_DS. I try to post something nearly every day. You can follow me there. And as I mentioned before, join that Discord. We're engaging folks in there, having conversations with them, and we are super excited to have you be a part of that community as well. Well, I had fun. This was
fun. There was a lot of interruptions that you won't catch through the hour of editing.
Like, it took us... this episode, we're looking at, in the recording process before edit, we're looking at 52 minutes. But we've been doing this since like 8:30 in the morning, and it's 10:30 because we got interrupted by like 19 different things that were going wrong with my house.
Yep.
So that's a process, and we don't have to dive into it at this moment. But, okay, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and listening to the show. And make sure you go out there and you press start and keep on gaming.